So I want to talk for a second about what you can expect in each of the age groups. When you're in the younger age groups, U8 and below, there is going to be a lot of beehiving around the ball all over the field. The kids are not going to understand the concept of staying wide in their positions, connecting passes, very little understanding of those concepts. So you're much better off keeping it simple. Instead of trying to get them to play wide and trying to get them to play soccer like you might see Manchester United play, what we would rather have the kids do is just focus on what is defense and what is offense. I hate to say it, but you can almost forget about your wide players because in U8 and under, they're not going to get that concept. So if you can focus on defense needs to stay back. Forwards, the offense, if you can have one or two forwards up top, need to stay up. And then once you have the defense staying back and you have the forwards staying up in the game, the next thing that you can do is teach them when the defense can start to maybe push up and create a zone. So instead of staying back here, now when the ball's up there, you can push up to midfield. When the ball comes to our end, you come back, and same with the forwards. When the ball's on our defensive end, you can come back around midfield waiting for the ball. When the ball push up the field, you push up as well, and kind of teaching how to shift forward and backwards on the field. When you get to U10, we're still facing this issue a bit. Some teams will be able to grasp the wide concept, but it's still very difficult. So what we really want to focus on in U10 is finding space on the field so that they're not always beehiving. If they see space over on the left, can we move the game to the left? And once you start to get your players to be able to find the space, which is honestly going to be just by, in the beginning probably, them just kicking it to that space or kicking it to that space or dribbling over there. Once they can identify where the space in the field is, then you can work with them on trying to connect a pass now into that space. Where is the space? Okay, can we get somebody in that space and can we connect a pass to them? So in U10, we're trying to look for the space and how to connect passes into the space. Once we hit U12, now they should be able to get the wide concept, but I like to call it soccer hypnosis. So you're in the game and the ball's on the opposite side of the field and you're getting bored, so you just start to drift towards the ball because you're bored standing on the outside and you want to get in the game. But we want our wide players to stay wide. So the best way to work on it in the U12 age group and up in U14 is to create some channels in a scrimmage. So if I put a line of cones all the way down the field right here on each side, then the outside players in the scrimmage would not be allowed to cross over the cones into the game. They'd have to stay wide on their respective sides of the field. All right, and it would be the same for the center players. The center players are not allowed to go into the wide areas because we want to encourage our center players to kind of stay home in the middle and help us connect the game. So just so that we have our expectations correct, in U8 and under, beehiving, but we want to separate offense and defense, teach them those concepts. When we get to U10, a little bit of wide play, but the focus should be on identifying space on the field. And then U12 and up into U14, they should be grasping their positions and staying wide, and now is when you can start to really teach them the tactical part of the game. If you're in those younger age groups, keep it simple and focus on building their skills, because if they don't acquire those skills now, they'll never be able to execute the tactical side of the game when they get older.